Good evening. Welcome to the Charlton Select Board meeting. Today is August 12th, 2025. We're at the Town Hall Meeting Room 1, and the time is 6:30, and I've just called the meeting to order. Just a reminder that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast live by Charlton Cable Access TV on Spectrum TV Channel 191, and recording available on the YouTube channel for Charlton TV. Any member of the public who wishes to record a meeting must first notify the chair. That being said, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda would be announcements. Basha?
Summer reading may be over, but there is still so much to do at the Charlton Library. The Toe Jam Puppet Band is Wednesday, August 13th, and that's from 1 to 1:45 p.m. Get ready for some big family fun. Join us for one of the zaniest concerts you will ever experience. All ages are welcome to attend. Meet Blades, the Brian's Mascot, Thursday, August 14th at 11:30 a.m. Old Home Day is Sunday, August 31st. Rain date, this not happened. But just so you know, Monday, September 1st. The Town Hall will be closing at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, August 14th, to allow all employees to attend Employee Appreciation Day. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda would be,
There's one more for highway.
oh, we got one more. Thank you, Mary.
Sorry.
Oh, that's the yellow one?
Ah.
The one that, I missed?
That's because it was standalone, right?
Okay. Charlton DPW chip sale projects of 2025. Please avoid parking in the street. Vehicles will be towed at the owner's expense. Do not use your irrigation sprinklers on August 15th, 18th, and 19th. The roadway needs to be completely dry for the product to adhere correctly. Dates are weather dependent. List of roads by date to be chip sealed. August 15th, AF Putnam Road, Danforth Lane, and Willow Tree Lane. August 18th is Lerner Hill Road, then is Wilbur Lane, Botham Lane, Nichols Lane. August 19th will be Colicom Drive, Wamsuta Ridge Road. On behalf of Charlton WPW, we thank you for cooperation and patience while we work to improve your roadways. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sure if you weren't taking notes at home, that this information can be found on our website. All right. Thank you. Moving on, the next item on the agenda would be open forum. Is there anyone here that would like to come up and speak? Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. We're just going to take 5 minutes of your busy agenda, if I can, real quick. Over the last several months, we've done some hirings and some promotions, so I'd like to just take a couple minutes just to introduce a couple of the individuals that we've hired from outside the agency. Just give you a little bit of insight into the members. Normally, obviously, we don't have to come before you, but I feel that as the fire chief, it's important for me to bring them before you so that way you get to meet them and hear a little bit about them. Some of the members weren't able to make it, so two of the individuals are here tonight, so you'll hear a little bit about them. So sitting to my right, this is Captain Jonathan Busquet. Captain Busquet came to us from the Northampton Fire Department. He's currently the captain of Group 2. Comes to us with over 21 years in the fire service. Came to us from, like I said, from Northampton. He's been a paramedic. He has multiple pro board certifications that he's obtained over the years. He has an associate's degree as well as a bachelor's degree. He's actually oversees our training division. He's in charge of ensuring that our fire department complies with all federal, local, and state regulations to ensure that we are abiding by the requirements of NFPA with the number of hours that we are required to have all of our firefighters training to the level that we need to be trained at, including the advancement of our fire department with firefighting and RIT and saving ourselves. In addition, in Northampton, Captain Bousquet implemented a senior outreach program, and he has brought that knowledge to our department, and he has put forth a plan to implement a senior outreach program here, which we are going to be putting forward come the fall, winter time. So we will be implementing a senior outreach program here as well. So that's Captain Bousquet.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Yeah,
Welcome.
so to his right is firefighter paramedic Gary Lamont. He comes to us from the town of Hamden. I know we are being infiltrated from Western Mass. It's okay. We are taking the appropriate precautions. So firefighter Lamont is also currently assigned to Group 2. Gary has over 8 years in EMS. He's a paramedic. He has 3 years in the fire and EMS experience as a call firefighter, and then he went straight as a paramedic, predominantly as a community paramedic. However, he decided that he wanted a little bit more of a community engagement and wanted to be part of our department here. He's planning on sending him to the Fire Academy in October, to the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy in Springfield, and then he has a desire to join our District 7 regional dive team and become an active member on that program as well. They both have been instrumental on Group 2 and have a strong cohesive bond over on that group as well. So, like I said, I know you have a very busy agenda. I just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce a couple of these members. We have 2 new members that just started today. And like I said, I'm very proud to say that we are full. Our department has all shifts are running at full now, and our latest EMS officer position closed last Friday, and we received 21 applications. We're in the process right now of going through those applications, and we'll start the interview process for those individuals, so that way we can fill that important role as well. So, but yeah, so we're good.
Well,
welcome. Welcome
Thank you.
aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome. Is
Appreciate
there anything
it.
you'd like to add? I know we have a busy agenda, but that's okay.
Yeah, to what the chief had said, I have thousands, I come to the town of Charlton with thousands of hours of training and education, and I'm very happy to be here. Group 2 is really bonding well, as the chief said. You know, and Gary's is coming along, and we're going to get him well prepared for the fire academy. So I'm just very happy to be here. We've been challenged quite a bit on our group as of just in a very short time, but we've overcome, and we're really doing well. So very happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Anything?
I'd just like to thank the chief for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this department, and I have the best captain. So, that's it.
All right.
So I have a question for the chief. So out of the 21 applicants that you got, is that applications? Is that a high number, do you think, or is that, were you excited?
It's
expecting
definitely
it?
a number that it was about what I was expecting. I was expecting somewhere between 15 and 30, so I think we hit the mark that I was hoping for. And out of those 21 applicants, I think we looked at them again today. 15 of them meet all of the qualifications. The other number meet some of the qualifications. So we have to decide if we're going to interview all 15 and then narrow it down to. We got to obviously pick which one we feel is going to fit the mold the best and give us the best candidate for that position for this for the organization and for the community. So, but yeah, we kind of hit our mark. So,
Good.
Awesome.
You guys moving into Charlton?
I would love to. Real
he's
estate's a little-
from the area, so
Yeah, I before Northampton. I did work in Southbridge, where I started as a full-time firefighter. So I do love the area. My children actually live here in Charlton, but obviously real estate's a little bit challenging. I would love to move to the town. But
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, would anyone else here for open forum? All right, no one's coming forward, so we shall move on. Next item on the agenda would be the approval of our minutes of our regular meeting that was July 8th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, Pete, you abstaining? Okay, so we have 3 ayes and 1 abstention. Carries. Next on the agenda would be our appointment resignation section, board deliberation and vote on appointments. So we're going to reaffirm appointments for the police officers. Andrew, you want to follow up on that?
All right, so the board was previously asked to sign signatory letters for 2 officers, Richard Fairbanks and David Fortier, to allow each to provide sufficient notice to their then employers pending pre-employment screenings. Tonight, you're asked to reaffirm those appointments of officers Fairbanks and Fortier. Chief Dowd is here tonight to present.
Okay. Welcome.
Good evening. So
Good evening.
David been here previously, a little bit of miscue on my part. You hadn't had an opportunity to meet Rich yet. I know Basha likes to have the meet and greet, so here he is. He can tell you a little bit about himself.
How you doing?
The floor is yours.
Just honored for the opportunity to bring my work experience and time to the town of Charlton and protect and serve the people in Charlton. Over 13 years of law enforcement and another 15 years in firefighting. So been in the public safety field for quite a few times.
I don't know, I think I sent you folks a video not too long ago after we had a stolen car and a pursuit and everything. This would be the man who threw out the stop sticks and stopped that individual. And
I was deemed a stop ninja. New title.
Yeah, that was an impressive talk. Yeah.
all right, thank you.
Very good.
All right, well,
Feel
Thank you.
safer already.
good luck.
Thank you.
Than the fire department.
Always, always in. All right, we do have to vote on the reaffirmation. Yeah.
So I move to reaffirm the
Reaffirm.
appointments of Police Officer Richard Fairbanks and Police Officer David Fortier.
Second.
Motion and a
Second.
second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carries, it's unanimous. Thank you. Next item would be the traffic constable. Andrew?
Police Chief Dowd is asking the board to appoint Kenneth Popolowski as traffic constable. I'd recommend the board make the appointment.
Okay. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Is he here? All right, hearing, we don't have any discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Obviously not. Motion carries, it's unanimous. All right, Andrew, take it away.
All right. With the sudden departure of Town Hall custodian Robert Deward at the beginning of the month, we posted for the successor to this position. Following an internal posting, it was recommended to promote Owen Myers to the facilities laborer position. Mr. Myers has currently worked for the cemetery department as a laborer and has been in the acting role working for both the cemetery and facilities since Mr. Deward's departure. The board was previously asked to sign a signatory letter appointing Mr. Myers to this position effective July 28th, 2025, and tonight you're asked to reaffirm that appointment.
I move to reaffirm the appointment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries, it's unanimous. Moving on, next would be the Council on Aging. Linda Walker, Diana Reagan, and Edward Cheslak.
All right, as the board is aware, there are 3 openings on the Council on Aging. The Council on Aging met, reviewed the applications, and received and are recommending the appointments of Linda Walker, Diana Reagan, and Edward Sislak to fill those openings. So the terms of appointment are as follows. For Linda will be June 30th, 2027. For Diane, June 30th, 2028. And for Edward, June 30th, 2028. I'd recommend the board make these appointments.
So moved.
Have a second? Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. It's unanimous.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome.
Next item on the agenda would be Lakes and Ponds Committee.
All right, attaches a recommendation for the Conservation Commission to appoint Brian Josty to the Lakes and Ponds Committee. Term of appointment be until June 30th, 2026, and I recommend the board make the appointment.
So moved.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? All right,
No discussion.
no discussion, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
And, right, chair votes aye, motion carries, it's unanimous. Next would be, Activities Council?
Yes, so concluding, attaches a talent bank form from Erling Murray seeking to be appointed to the Activities Council. Currently, there are 2 alternate openings. I'd recommend the board appoint Ms. Murray as an alternate with a term expiration date of June 30th, 2026.
Motion.
Yeah, I move.
I would second that.
We have a motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
You voted, right? I vote, chair votes aye, motion carries, it's unanimous. Next item on the agenda would be to accept resignations.
No resignations this evening.
Oh, that's
Yay. Thank you. All right, so we're moving on down to scheduled appointments. 6:45. We're early, right?
Oh, you're right on
Everyone
time.
here? We're all right? Oh.
Old Home Day, you're up.
All right, Old Home Day, announcement of awards. Come on down. Welcome and good evening, Kathleen. Jim?
Okay. Good evening. Thank you for having us. My name is Kathleen Walker, and this is Debbie Anderson, and we have quite a few members of the Old Home Day Committee here. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Old Home Day. It's 128th year. Some say 129, but we missed a year for COVID, so it's up in the air. I read once on a website about the best towns to live in Massachusetts, and Charlton was one of them. And one of the first things it said was that they celebrate a festival called Old Home Day every year, and it talked about that. So it was very encouraging to see that. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the committee. We've been meeting since January, just about every month, and now more frequently. We have 16 members and 3 ad hoc members, and everybody just pitches in and does an awful lot of work. And I just want to let you know about a few of them. So I'm the chair. Jerry Doble's our vice chair. Alicia Zeke is our treasurer, and our clerk is Deb Anderson. We have an award ceremony, which I coordinate, and Deb's helping me. The fireworks coordinator is Jim Purvier and Harmon Hertz, and they work very hard on setting up the fireworks and the fencing and all that. Our vendor coordinator is Rebecca Burden, who is outstanding, and the fact that she can juggle her children, her job, and almost 100 vendors from Old Home Day. So we're very lucky to have her. We don't have an announcer this year. Cedric Flower was our announcer, so instead we have Joe Gosher, and then a few of us are going to sub in for the rest of the day. We have bands and everything, so we're ending it the day with Leonie Howard, who's going to tell us about the parade, basically. And her husband, Brad, will be up at the parade helping Patsy Ridlock start it. Patsy's in charge of the parade. We have Basha is our ad hoc member. Steve is our ad hoc member. and Patsy, I'm sorry, the police chief is our ad hoc member, who attends most of our meetings and manages, when things get too testy, to lighten it up with a tease or a joke. So we're grateful for him. The Soapbox Derby is on that morning, and Brian Hicks is organizing it with the backup of Jerry Doble, who started the whole Soapbox Derby. The frog jumping contest is run by Jim Purvier, and I know he could probably use some help gathering frogs, or maybe not. Our entertainment coordinator is also Jim Purvier and Harmon Hertz, and they've both got the entertainment, which involves bands and a young woman who's going to sing the national anthem at the fireworks. We're looking forward to hearing her. The donator coordinator is my own dear husband, Mike Lally, who I can't say enough about, just squeezing people for money.
He's the muscle.
He's the muscle, right. He does it by talking about everything like golf and where their ancestors are from, and then in the end he asks them for money, and they always give it to him. I don't know why. So he collects quite a bit of money. This year, the Finance Committee had asked if we would do a little bit more aggressive fundraising. So we are going to have a booth, or not a booth, at the gazebo will have a bucket, and donations will be solicited, and Debbie Marquis is going to cover that. We also have Becky and Beth Paradise and Becky Fafford. They're running the road race, but they're also going to come up on Saturday night and go through as the cars come up and collect donations. So I think those are two items that the Finance Committee had requested that we look into. So we are, because the Finance Committee came across for us this year, and we're very grateful for that. Fireworks, everything goes up in price. So what else? We have a kids run, and that's the Charlton PTO. This year is the first year we're going to have the Scottish Highlanders are putting together a kilts run, and it's going to be 7 or 9 people in kilts, some of them, and they're going to be running for a mile. So that should be interesting. And we have the bouncy house that Bosch is taking care of. And we also have a new thing with cars, little cars, and kids that can race them around a little track. I don't really quite understand it, despite of Harmon's efforts of explaining it to me. The trash coordinator is Brad Howard, and he's taking care of the trash for the whole day. And we have the highways chipping in with all their help setting things up. So, so we have, the Scottish Highlanders are going to be down. There's got about 19 of them, and they're going to be doing big, heavy things, throwing rocks and stuff. And they'll be down at the behind the library. So that's really the long and short of it. Oh, Matt Power. I have to mention Matt because he's doing a lot of our signage, but the major thing that he's done this year is put together the banner with Mike's help. The two of them did it. They worked very hard on it, and there was only one mistake. Patsy did the Patsy did the flyer, which we have, and Mary kindly ran off 100 copies for us, and we were asking her for some more. So we're winding down, sort of. We've got to figure out where all the vendors are going. Right now we have about 81 vendors, and we expect we'll end up with 100. So I think Andrew did a map for us. We have to collect that from him and see where it goes from there. So with that, I will thank you for your attention and turn it over to Deb Anderson to read the names of our community service, our awards this year. And
All right. All right, for the Community Service Awards, we have Ralph Harris Jr., Deborah Marquise, Linda Walker, Edward Sheslick Jr., and Rebecca Cook. And the Youth Community Service Award, we have Clara Dowdle. And this year's Business Award would go to Anastasia Insurance Agency. And the Parade Marshal is Frank Gaylord. And Citizen of the Year would be Diane Dabrowski.
so
And, yeah.
we hope to see you all at the award ceremony and in the parade, which I'm sure you'll all be marching in. And look forward to Old Home Day.
And we're gonna have, the weather's going to cooperate entirely, right?
Yes, please.
That's right, we do, right? Thank you for everything that you've done in keeping this wonderful tradition alive. It's so nice to see so many old-timers and new people coming on board, and it's what makes this town wonderful, actually. So thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So the next item on the agenda would be something I think we have, we're supposed to meet with the planning board, right? But they're not coming tonight, or?
Right, so unfortunately, the planning board wasn't able to attend this evening and asked to delay presenting before the board at your September meeting. But included in that discussion was relative to the request for a discussion around solar panels and battery energy storage that was forwarded by Selectman Coronis. So in discussing with Don Clay from the planning board, he noted that the planning board did send a similar letter and encouraged the board to take similar action.
So I guess the question, so we will be meeting with them, obviously, to go over the master planning, what needs to happen to work collaboratively with them moving forward. But Steve, again, because this was something that you recommended or wanted to look into, in our packet, we did have like templates that we could use to support, OCAM. And if it's up to you, but if you wanted to make a motion to.
Yeah, I would, so
support and
the
discuss
topic is
it.
about, this came up with the town of Ocam where they're dealing with the state, who was pushing energy storage in their town, and they're pretty much right up and they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, basically. So the motion would be for the Charlton Board of Selectmen to send a letter acknowledging the fact and kind of siding up with them on their,
Did you want to use
on there, yeah.
Did you want to use the template and just plug our information in that was provided?
Yeah.
Because it's, Andrew, you've already reviewed it, right?
Yep.
I don't see the problem with that, so
Oh,
that's not,
discussion?
that part would not
I-
be moved to September.
No,
We're discussing
correct.
it now.
No, that's something else. September's more about the master plan and with the planning board.
Yep.
So we will open it up now. Pete, I don't know if you had any comments on this? There was a lot of information.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more than just OCAM. It's a number of communities across the area. And the last time that the planning board sent us to this, I believe Patsy sent it to us, it was a technology that was widely used in the southwest and southern states. And I don't think there was viable testing in the northeast with our climate with this. And there's a lot of unknowns about having contingency funds for when those batteries go bad and what's going to happen with those. So, I mean, I think we need to approach this with a lot of caution and make sure our due diligence, even though the state is, pushing this on communities, we have a propane, the LNG that we've done our due part. So I would be supportive of it.
Well, that, you're correct, Pete, and that, because everything gets pushed out to the rural areas, and we've certainly, I think, and I could have the number incorrect, but even going over to the solar panels, the large ground-mounted solar arrays, I think we have 28 or 29. But neither here nor there. We do have a motion, we do have a second, we've discussed it. Do we want to move this along, or? Okay, so,
This template looks fine to me.
did you want to add anything you could?
No, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine using the template that they have and add any local context and send it off to the board for your signature and
Great.
Between meetings.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. All right, so we have a motion and a second. We've discussed, we will now vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. And motion carries. It's unanimous. Thank you. All right. So we're now on action items. Andrew?
Right. An item that seems to come up every few years, but this is related to recommendations for all-way stops. So Mass DOT has been working with GPI Engineering under a new program to evaluate high crash locations for the potential for implementing all-way stop controls. 2 locations were evaluated in town, and that was Stafford Street and Center Depot Road, as well as the intersection of Center Depot Road and City Depot Road and H.K. Davis Road. So following their evaluation, they've recommended that both intersections be converted to all-way stop control. If approved, by the board, all new signage would be provided by Mass DOT at cost, with the exception of roadway markings and conversion of the existing flashing light. So attached in your packet is a copy of the engineering studies. Going back a few years, I know the board had considered this after doing its own due diligence and having an engineer done, and it was recommended at that time as well to do always stop control, but there was some concerns from DPW at that time. So Nick Peel is here tonight. That might be able to answer any questions that you guys have.
Down there. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate it.
Good evening.
Did you want to add anything? Or before we
As
discuss?
some of you may know, this is the second recommendation in the matter of 3 years for that specific intersection known as Gauthiers Four Corners, Stafford Street, Center Depot Road. In addition, this time they've added the intersection by Ronnie Seafood, HK, New Spencer, Center City Depot Road. What they've provided was a few highlighted numbers and highlighted incidents that could have been corrected within this safety measure of an all-way stop, especially regarding the Stafford Street, Center Depot Road intersection. The number that stood out to me was 32 correctable incidents with an all-way stop. It's my prerogative that as a public official and you guys as an elected board, we have a unified approach on this and come to agreement, a discussion. Maybe tonight's not the end-all be-all, but certainly put it out there and come up with a collective agreeable solution to provide a safer intersection. 32 is a kind of a high number for these high-impact collisions. If we could avoid 1, 2, 3 fatalities, whatever it may be, I think it's incumbent upon us to do so.
Thank you. The wishes of the board?
Is this an all or nothing? Do we have to do both, or can we?
No,
pick?
no, we have the option to do both, neither, one or the other. This is just an advisement. This intersection, both of them have been red flagged at the state level. Stafford Street Center Depot has been hovering in the top 200 incident-prone intersections in the state. So it's on the radar. It's not only DOT, but CMRPC has identified it as a high-impact zone.
In the intersection with Stafford Street, so your predecessor wasn't really big on the idea of a four-way stop there.
I know there was some reluctancy a few years back, but I see a benefit to it, and I think if we do it the right way with some advanced knowledge, have some signage out there, get it out to the public, all social medias, whatever it may be, have these signboards out there for maybe a month prior to, advising of traffic pattern adjustments with implementation dates, also adding some traffic pattern signs adjusted, and keep them up there maybe 2 months afterwards to just highlight this. And I know this is a big change. Nobody likes change. It's not something that we just arbitrarily come up with, that we're going to put extra stop signs there and call it a day. So we will do our due diligence to highlight the fact and let it be known.
Is there a plan for, I see the plan for City Depot Road. Am I skipping over it, or is there a plan for Center Depot Road?
There is, I don't think it made it into your pack. That's HK, this one, I believe.
I think some of the pushback, because this is like the third time we've talked about Safford Street. Some of the pushback was the ability of you guys to be able to come to a stop and then with a sander or a plow and then continue up the hill. The hill's the big issue, the hill's the.
Yes, I see the concern, and I think we've taken a slightly different approach the last few years when it comes to our snow and ice ratification, getting out a little bit earlier, making sure those hills are done, and keeping them clean, black, wet, for safe travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can, every year there's more cars, there's more accidents. If we can do anything in our power to prevent it, then I don't see.
Oh, and all we're doing is paying for the install, is having you
Because
guys.
the DOT,
the state's.
Yeah, the installation will be done in-house. All supplies will be granted through DOT.
There's a completion date. I don't remember what that was. You have to have it done by a certain amount of time.
That is flexible upon discussions through this process.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in the chief's perspective to see if he thinks it would mitigate accidents or potentially save a life by adding these.
We've had discussions.
He's here, so.
You gotta do something. People have been seriously hurt there. Is it perfect? Probably not, but, you know, between the geography, the hill, you know, it's a tough spot. I think going back, I remember talking to Jerry, and I was somewhat on the same page with him at the time, because we were Amazon was such an unknown. We were like, are we gonna see 50 trailer trucks trying to go up and down? That hasn't happened. They seem to have kept to Route 20 and getting them on the highway, so that there's not a lot of travel that we weren't anticipating. We're like, what's Amazon gonna look like when it finally opens, and what's our traffic flow gonna look like? And it hasn't impacted Stafford Street to our level of concern that we thought might have happened. So it's been good, and I leave it up to Nick really as far as what he thinks might work. I'm a lot more optimistic about that than the rotary they put on Route 20.
We are not going down that road right now, literally.
No, and, you know, it's funny, it's funny, when I looked at, it's not funny, but when I looked at that City Depot Road picture, it almost looks like there was a rotary there. It
Bite your tongue now.
almost looks like
Bite
a
your
natural, but we're not, no, we're not bringing that up.
So we have intersections that have resulted in severe accidents and injuries. So to do nothing is, you know, it's just unheard of. So, you know, this might not be the right answer. We might be reviewing it in another year, but I mean, I think we would need to do something to try to mitigate.
I agree.
I agree. I think those, absolutely.
Yeah, Jerry did try to come back a little bit. He put some rumble strips in to maybe slow cars to let them know down, but I don't think it's done as much as he had hoped.
So what would be the next step?
The next step would authorize us to move forward with either one or both of those intersections in order to engage Mass DOT to provide us the materials and then formulate our plan of action.
Do I get a so moved?
Yeah, I moved.
All right, have a second.
I'd second that.
Any other discussion? Good. All right, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes, it's unanimous. Thank you, appreciate your
Thank you.
time.
Thanks,
Good
Nick.
All right, next item on the agenda would be inspection services fee appeal.
All right, we received an inspection service fee appeal from James Schurer for an application he submitted on June 17, 2025 to the Building Inspectional Services Department to repair and improve a small residential deck at 5 Elliott Drive. On July 7, 2025, he was directed by the homeowner to cancel the work, and when he requested his plans and feedback, it had been denied. It should be noted that the building fee schedule posted outside the department and on the town's website says that there's no refunds for work not executed or inspections not needed, which was approved by the board on May 23rd, 2023. Per the board's inspectional service fee and fine appeal policy, it's an appeal is defined essentially as a dispute between the contractor and the Independent Services, or Inspectional Services Department, and that the appellant shall identify the basis for the appeal in writing to the office within 15 working days after the issuance of the fee or fine, and the board shall respond to the contractor within 20 days of receipt. A timeline of the events is provided within your packet, and the board should review the request to determine if the fee should be refunded or denied.
Thank you. And Andrew, I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm gonna, what do you recommend, looking at the title, this seems kind of unique insofar as the way the whole thing unfolded.
Mhm.
So do you have a recommendation, or talking to,
I think that it would be perfectly fine to issue the receipt for work, since no work was really done by the office to review it. It's just outside of the time period that allows us to administratively provide the refund.
Okay, I appreciate that, Andrew.
I have one question, though. Was the contractor paid before he was terminated? Did he get a,
That I don't know.
I mean, before he was fired, did he get 20% down up front or something that would cover his?
That I'm not aware
Yeah,
of.
but again, if the work wasn't, if we didn't do a lot of work on it.
I think it raised to our level because it's an administrative finding,
Right.
I'd make a motion to refund the
Yeah.
contractor.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Thank you both. And any discussion?
Yeah.
Hearing none, all those in favor of
Aye.
motion?
Aye.
Aye, chair votes, so it passes, it's unanimous. Thank you. And thank you for your recommendation, Andrew, clarifying that. All right, moving on down. We are on, number 3, under action items. We're going to open the special town meeting warrant for October 20th, 2025, and approve the calendar. We need to vote on it, so we need to, after you're done. About
So we're
motion.
moving on both at the same time? So
Yep.
I move to approve the date and open the warrant, as stated. Should we read this whole thing?
So basically,
Beautiful
the,
votes.
for, do you want
So
us
it's-
to read the
yeah.
calendar?
I'll run through it real quick. Tonight you guys will open the meeting warrant. Next Wednesday, Finance Committee will start review and prioritization of their capital plan. Your next meeting, you'll close the warrant and review the draft special town meeting requests and provide any warrant articles that you wish to include on the warrant. Wednesday, the 17th, the Finance Committee will discuss, review, and approve any capital plan and financial items. And then on Tuesday, the 23rd, the Board of Selectmen and Finance Committee will have a joint meeting to finalize the warrant and motions. We'll have the the warrant posted before October 2nd, and that meeting will be October 20th.
Motion?
I'd make a motion to accept that as written.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Pete, you good? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
And aye. Motion carries, it's unanimous. It's done. All right, next item would be the consider adoption of cannabis social equity policies. Andrew?
All right, so under recent revisions to the laws governing the cannabis industry in Mass, municipalities are required to adopt bylaws or policies which encourage social equity participation. We did receive a reminder from the Cannabis Control Commission of the need to adopt these policies in order to comply with these standards. Attached is a draft of the policies and a scoring metric for the board to consider in adopting that would address the requirement of the CCC. I'd recommend that the board adopt the policies as proposed.
Wishes of the board.
I move to adopt the policies as posted. I don't think we have much choice. We do need to do something.
There was sorry, through the chair.
I would second that.
There was a recent legislative update on some of this, or a legal update on some of this stuff, and I know that there's been a push from the Cannabis Control Commission to try to encourage towns to do bylaws related to it, but my understanding is that there are no towns that have gone to the level of doing bylaws. Basically, everybody is doing policies. So this falls in line with policies that are adopted statewide.
Yeah, but satisfies them.
Right.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Pete? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Pete, did you vote?
Aye.
Sorry, I apologize. Aye. Motion carries, it's unanimous. Last would be goals and objectives workshop, but we're going to be, did I do? What did I forget?
Grievance procedure.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
I'm just testing you. Very good, you passed. I put the check in the wrong place. All right, so next would be review and approve grievance procedure under the American with Disabilities Act and reasonable accommodation policy. Andrew?
So as part of the ADA update, the board was requested to review and approve the attached grievance procedure under the American Disabilities Act and reasonable accommodation policy. Both of these were in that packet of information that you guys were presented at the last meeting through the ADA transition plan. So I recommend the board take formal action to adopt these policies.
Wishes of the board, do we have a motion?
I move to approve the attached grievance procedure under the American with Disabilities Act, a reasonable accommodation policy.
I would second that.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, it's unanimous, it passes. Now, number 6, under action items, we're going to discuss actually at our workshop after the executive session,
Yep.
the goals and objectives workshop. All right. And which brings us down to town administrator report. Andrew?
All right, update on the fire substations. Over the past few weeks, Tower Construction's been forming and placing footings and concrete foundation walls for the building. Additionally, they've installed underground drainage structures and begin the process of reestablishing Heritage Drive for the upcoming school year. So that should be repaved and ready to go. Obviously, they're just doing base coat while they're still doing work, and do a final coat once we get a little bit closer to completing the building and not be running over it all the time. So we're right on track with that. Today, we were notified that the town of Charlton has been awarded a $220,000 Green Communities grant through the Department of Energy Resources. This is primarily weatherization upgrades at Charlton Elementary School, Charlton Public Library, and at the sewer department. So that was some good news today. It was alluded to by the chief earlier, Mass DOT is fully opening that roundabout over in Oxford on Route 20, in Oxford Road, during the week of August 18th. They're going to be doing a phased approach, so the roundabout will open to a single lane of traffic to help drivers adjust to the new traffic pattern. During the following week, August 25th, both lanes of traffic will be open, and the phased approach is in place to enhance the safety for all road users while crews complete the work in the corridor. There will be a temporary closure of Oxford Row at Route 20 across from Arnie's Towing, and will also reopen the week of August 18th, and signage will be in place to help drivers adjust. So look out for that.
Okay.
Another reminder, last opportunity I have to remind you guys of this, so Charlton Town Takeover, the Worcester Red Sox is scheduled for Thursday, August 21st at Polar Park. Any tickets that are purchased through the Town Takeover link, $5 from each ticket sale is donated to support Charlton Little League. And finally, on next Tuesday, the 19th, come meet some of Charlton's first responders and emergency management team at Baypath for the Dog Days of Summer End of Summer event. This is a free family fun night showcasing the personnel and safety equipment that keep our community safe. So hopefully people can come out to that.
Excellent, thank you so much. And moving on down, just now we call for select board member requests for future agenda items. Anyone have anything? Can't think of? Well, you can always send an email and just copy me and Andrew. Next meeting announcement. So our next regular select board meeting will be September 9th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. right here at the Town Hall in Meeting Room 1. And finally, we will be adjourning to go into executive session to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation, insurance, Charlton Highway Union, Charlton Permanent Firefighters Association. If an open meeting may, you cut it all off. Have detrimental effect on bargaining, litigation position, public body, and the chair so declares, and we'll return to open session for goals and objectives workshop and to adjourn. Yes.
Can I ask a question? I missed the opportunity. So we are not going to neither discuss or put anything on the agenda for a discussion on the petition at all?
So just for a point of clarification, my thought was that the board could discuss that as part of their goals and objectives
Okay.
following the executive session, and then bring forward that at your next meeting.
So that's the open, that's the, the session, that the goals and objectives, that's.
It's open
That's
session.
open session,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open session. Any other questions? Okay. So we'll need to have a motion to go into executive session.
I move to move to the executive session, and we have to read this, yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Second?
What I just read.
Uh-huh.
Do we have to read it again?
You can read, I can see.
You can't see.
Yeah, whoever's
I
making
have
the
my
motion.
glasses too small.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah, hey, you have your glasses. Steve
Yeah, I
can read
do.
it. Steve has his glasses.
Okay.
Thank you.
Make a motion that we adjourn and go into an executive session under MGL E30A, Section 21A, Number 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining and/or litigation, insurance, Charlton Highway Union, Charlton Permanent Firefighters Association. If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating of the position of the public body, and so the chair declares, and to return to an open session for goals and objectives workshop, and then to adjourn.
All right, so we have to do this by a roll call, Pete?
Pete, aye.
But I.
Steve, aye.
Karen, aye. Okay, we're now in executive session.